Greetings out there in podcast land. Welcome to this episode of The Lies You Tell. And some people sure can tell a lie. This morning, I will be talking about, why people tell lies. We have all ran into that one person, whether it's co-worker or family member. Soon as they open their mouth, you're like, ooh, this child, no, she can lie. Ooh, this man, no, he lying.
Yes.
I always wonder, why do people tell lies, consistently on a daily basis? Mm-hmm. And so I did a lot of research on it, and I was amazed to find out that the things that we just lie about daily, that we don't even, it's just second nature to us.
Yeah.
So today I wanted to talk about that a little bit. But more importantly, for this episode, I do have a guest. She's going to collab with us today on this subject. Her name is Nikki D.
Yeah.
So today you will have Nikki G and Nikki D.
That's right. We tag teaming today.
That's right. Tag team. Tag Nikki. Okay, so Nikki, would you like to tell us something about yourself?
Yeah. First of all, I'd like to thank you for having me on the show. When I heard about the topic, I got really excited about this.
Great.
Because not only do we experience this every day, I like to figure out why. Why do people do the things that they do? And so when you said liars, I was like, oh my God, woo, that blew my mind.
Yes. I would like to know why take the time out of your day to lie like that.
Well, we're going to get into that. Huh?
That's right.
And so I just like to say I'm a mother, a wife. I work every day, and I'm not an expert. I don't have a degree in any of this information. However, my opinion is based solely on the experiences that I've had in my life. So
that's what this show is about. I didn't want to bring in experts and, different people of that nature because we can see them on TV every day.
Yeah.
I like to deal with what I like to say is everyday people that I intertwine with.
Right. Realness, raw.
Correct.
Yeah.
Very raw.
Yeah.
Have to tone it down sometime. So going forward, like I said, I want to figure out why is it that people lie. So when I did the research on this, the first type of lies I came across were white lies.
Yeah.
We grew up learning about, telling little white lies.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is there such thing as a little white lie? You either lying or you're telling the truth.
Yeah. So when I saw that, I'm like, okay, little white lies. But then when you think about it, we've all probably done that before, And the when I read on the topic and did my little research, there are reasons why. This is scientific, so
yes.
There are reasons why people tell the type of lies that they do.
And that is true. But with the white lie, it's to not hurt the other person.
Exactly.
So let's say, for instance, and now I know we've all done this. Mm-hmm. We've been at somebody's house. Mm-hmm. We've tasted their food, and we know damn well the crap is nasty. And we're like, oh, girl, this is good. What you put in this? Yes. That's a white lie because you didn't want to hurt that person's feelings.
Exactly. Or the common lie that a husband mostly says to his wife when she says, do I look fat? Mm-hmm. And he says, no, baby, you look good. Or you're just what I want. That may be true, but it's not to hurt the feelings of that person. Mm-hmm. And
for him not to be killed in the process.
Or have a place to sleep. Yes.
So I found this clip I thought was funny. And I want you guys to listen to it. When you hear it, you're going to be like, okay. Because this lady was just lying her butt off on this.
Mm-hmm. Is this the white lie person?
Yeah.
How you doing? Fine. I'm on my way to work. Call me when you get home. Okay.
Now you know that woman ain't finna call
Is
it.
that the
That's Friday. That's a
Friday?
clip from
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, girl, I'ma call you.
The way she answered,
You
yeah,
knew.
you knew she wasn't calling.
And
And when she said it, she knew she wasn't calling.
that's a white lie.
Yeah,
Good
exactly.
example of a white lie.
Exactly.
I love that. When she say, hey, girl. She ought to be shaming herself out there.
Oh wow.
So with that, you had your white lies. Then I found there were 4 types of lies. Well, it's multiple types, but the 4 I'm about to speak about now are all color coded. I didn't even know we had color coded.
Color coded.
Yes.
I tell you, there's a science behind all of this. Someone has done some extensive research on liars.
And it might be lying. No, let me. You have the white lie, of course. Then you have gray lies. Those help others and help ourselves. Helps us to help others and helps ourselves.
So, like giving those good job recommendations that you know these people not gonna do.
Exactly. No, they not qualified for the job. Oh, yeah, she's such a good worker.
Yeah.
And then she don't even show up. Then you have your black lie, which is to get out of trouble or gain something we desire. Yeah. To
Yeah.
get out of trouble or gain something we
Yeah.
desire.
So, like when you're speeding,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that speed sign.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Yeah, I didn't see that stop sign. The police said rolling stop. Ooh,
Yeah.
my dad used to hate that. Girl, stop this car. And then you have your red lie, which is a motive behind it. It's to harm others, even at the expense of harming yourself. Now, that's deep.
Wow. Yeah.
That is very deep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
did you read up on those? Did
Oh,
you find
yeah.
those as well?
I did. I found those as well. But then there's another one, which brings us to our subject. These pathological liars.
Yes.
They gain nothing.
Yeah, those were the most. I run into them all the time.
Yeah.
You have your pathological liar. These individuals, they just lie for no reason. They have no motive behind it. They have, really, what they're trying to do is make themselves appear a certain way.
Yes.
Or they want people to view them a certain way, so they just tell lies.
Right.
And scientifically, they call it a pathological liar. I call it a bullshitter.
You mean the man that come around in the silk suit with the snakeskin shoes
Yeah.
on? He looked like
Hey,
it.
girl, in 1949,
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
great Cadillac and I was the mayor of the town. No, you just lying.
He looked like BS. So you know what's coming out of his mouth gonna be BS.
Yeah, these individuals, they just lie for no reason. It also said that they're very entertaining with their stories.
Yeah. And the reason behind that, in my research that I got is that they're uncomfortable with themselves. The insecurity is there. So in order to build themselves up, they have to tell this lie. And it just keeps going and going and going. And do you know this is possibly genetic?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't find that part.
Yeah, it's possibly genetic. So this is passed on through generations. This is what was scary to me. These people don't just develop overnight. Some of them are just born that way, and it's kind of like alcoholism. You have to fight every day to keep from tapping into that part of you.
But do you think it's genetic, or do you think it's they're taught their behavior, like they've watched maybe somebody?
Yeah, that could be, absolutely. Never thought about it that way.
And that's how it's passed from
It's
generation.
passed from generation to generation.
I did think about that. I was wondering, but I didn't never find any information on that. Are people born, that way? But then that goes against what I think about as far as people's sexuality and different things of that nature. I believe that you are taught that, or if you've seen that some kind of way and you just picked it up. I don't believe people are born, a certain, but that's just me. I don't believe people are born a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
You picked it up from somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, that would state that we were born perfect, but we come into an imperfect world as perfect people.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everything we've learned over time.
Yeah.
You know, you have to learn to walk. You have to learn to talk. You have
That's
to learn
true.
from
Yeah.
somewhere.
The only thing that you don't have to learn to do is breathe.
And you got to know how to do that. That's going to die. But yeah, back to this deep. We done digress into something.
Yeah, that's how we always do when we get together.
So the DNA, talk a little bit more about that. Tell me what you found on that.
So with the DNA, they have all these scientific terms behind all of this.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a reason with the medical things that they were saying that people tell these type of lies or these kind of liars. Mostly they tell these lies so that they can feel they typically feel uncomfortable in situations around certain people.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where the lie kicks in, where they start to build these creative stories because they're very creative. And then either they're going to play themselves as the victim or the hero. And so this is where I found there were ways that you can determine when the lie is starting with them. You know what I'm saying?
So what ways? How can you tell?
So they're quick on their feet. They think quick. Okay, they're very creative. They're great storytellers. So most of the time, they're not really even thinking about the lie that they're telling. Mm-hmm. It's just coming very natural to them. It just kind of flows.
I think they believe with the lies that they tell.
They do.
So it's
Absolutely.
easy for them to tell
Absolutely.
a story.
Absolutely. They've convinced themselves that this is the truth. And they live in a very, I want to say, gray area where they really don't know their identity because they've lied to themselves so much.
Now that's deep. You don't know who you are because you've been lying for so long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is true.
I think we all know people like this. I definitely, after reading some of this, I was like, ooh, I truly hope that I have not been this type of person, to lie about your education, lie about the money that you make. Not that any of that is important, because a person off the street, they could care less.
That's true.
They could care less. But they typically, another thing that I in my research is that by the time they introduce themselves to you, they already know who you are. Now let me elaborate on that. They study you. They're the kind of people who you have come encounter with. You just haven't noticed them, but they've noticed you. They observe so that they can see who I can get to, basically.
Yeah, that's border narcissistic.
It is. Absolutely.
Disorder.
Absolutely.
That's what the narcissist does.
And that was the medical term that was used, was personality disorder.
Yeah. I've studied and had to intertwine with a narcissist before, so that's what that sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's scary.
That's very scary, because that type of person will get you into a lot of trouble if you entertain it.
Well, see, I guess I would use myself for an example, like I normally do. But when I got intertwined with this person, I had no idea what a narcissistic person was. So in my mind, I was thinking that, oh, okay, everybody got something going on, some stuff. So maybe this person is dealing with his stuff, so I'm going to stand by this person while he's going through what he's going through, not knowing that he's just a flat-foot narcissistic, period. It drove me to the point where I want to go have myself committed because thought I was crazy.
We, as women, it's easy for us to get caught into the pathological liar because we have that nurturing spirit that comes with us when we're created by God, is what I feel.
Yes.
Because you're a natural nurturer. So you want to see the good in everyone and give everyone the benefit of the doubt.
Correct.
Right. So that's why it's so easy for us to step in to those type of relationships, whether they're with men as friends or women as friends, or even in deeper relationships, even marriages.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Because, you know, that little gut that go off. And I like to say that's a toxic trait because for me, I always see the good in people. They could be over there robbing the bank, but when they come out, I'm like, oh, he helped that lady across the street. That fool just robbed the bank. But that's just me. That's toxic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like this female, and she was telling me some things she had done. And when not judgmental, you know, for me, I'm not a judgmental person.
Right.
But after I got home, I thought to myself, do I really want to be around this person? Is this the type of person I want to
feel off?
Yes.
Yeah. That energy is just not right around them.
Exactly. Then come to find out that person was a pathological liar too.
Yeah.
But that is deep. We're going really deep into it.
They feel no guilt. So that's why it's so easy for them to tell it. And like you said, that's a egotistic type of person also, because they think they're bigger than life. So, you know, what do I have to lose by telling this? Stringing a person along, you know, lying about who you really are, and that goes back to not knowing who you are.
Yeah, that's true too.
Yeah.
But they've spent their whole lives just lying. So, like you said, they lost.
Yeah.
They lost. I did read about the low self-esteem.
Yes.
You know, and them feeling the need to build their own ego, really.
I dealt with a person that is like that. Their self-esteem is so low that they just, it's a constant lie after lie after lie. And you just want to shake them, sometimes maybe even slap them, and say, look, wake up out of this lie you telling yourself. You know, those type of people live in their own reality.
I asked this one individual one day, I said, when you look into the mirror, what do you see? Wow. And I'm going to tell you the answer. Nothing. I'm still shook behind that.
Wow.
This person said they didn't see anything when they looked in the mirror. And for once, I didn't know what to say.
Wow.
I've never heard anybody say they didn't see nothing.
Wow. That's deep. That's scary too.
Yeah.
Because there's no conscience there. If you see nothing, at least you could say, if you don't feel that you know, I'll go with the low self-esteem. I look in the mirror, and I've gone through this in my life, so I'll say this. When I look in the mirror, the old me, the low self-esteem me, I saw a dark-skinned person. I had big lips, you know, acne every now and then, you know, and I just wasn't happy with me. But I could look in the mirror and at least say, this is what I saw. But a person to look in the mirror and they see nothing, they don't see a high point of them. They don't see a low point of them. They just absolutely see nothing. That's scary to me.
Yeah. Spooked me too. Like I said, shook me. I'm still shook now when I say it. That, you know, I didn't even know how to reply to that. I'm still trying to figure out how to
reply to that. Wow. Yeah.
But back to these pathological, I can't even talk. Back to these liars. I found some other ways that that we lie
Mm-hmm.
on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
One was to avoid being punished. And I thought about on your job, you woke up late, you late
Yeah.
for work,
Yeah.
you get to work, and we're like, oh, Nikki, why was you late? Oh, I had to go take my kids, so-and-so, so-and-so.
Uh-huh.
Knowing damn well, just lying.
Look, mine gets sick all the time.
Or what's that joke? It's like, how many dead family members you gonna have?
Look, my grandfather has died I don't know how many times. I'll tell you, when I was in college, every exam and test, it was like, oh, I can't do that today because my grandfather died.
That's the lies you tell. Another one I found was to obtain a reward not otherwise readily attainable. Like you lie about your work experience.
Yeah.
Done that too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done that.
Those lies we telling. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can do that. Then you get the job. You're like, how did you do this?
Let me Google everything you can Google.
My family used to say, oh, they're going to have to train you anyway. Just
Anyway.
put that on there. You've been doing that 10 years. I'm like, huh? I'm not but 20. Okay, to get out of an awkward situation. And I thought about you're at a party or something and you're really bored and you're like, oh, I'm going to leave because, I have to get up and go to work. You're
Yeah.
really just bored. You just want to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Those are lies that,
Yeah.
examples of the way people lie,
Mm-hmm.
just seem like I said, second nature.
Yeah.
Those type of lies.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to go back to the pathological
Okay.
lie.
Okay.
But I found this video. And in this video, I forgot the doctor's name. But she broke it down into normal lies versus big lies.
Okay.
And she said for a normal day of lying, which is crazy to me, a person would tell no more than 5 lies a day.
Wow.
And 1 big lie. And that's normal.
That and I'm sitting here thinking about, yeah,
That's the reality.
that is a reality. And that's sad. I started my day with a lie.
See, you got 4 more to go.
I got let me check this off. Somebody that I just really didn't want to even deal with this morning because they ask you the craziest questions at 6:00 in the morning. I didn't even answer them. So when I got in the car, I was like, oh, I'm just now seeing your text. That was a lie.
Baby, we do that all the time.
That
Oh,
wasn't-
girl, my phone was dead. Oh, yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah, that's a lie. I just don't
And you know
deal
what?
with you.
The phone, it's like the phone people, they know you're lying because, now when you get a text, it say you can mark it as read
Yes.
or you can reply.
But girl, I learned how to turn it off.
So the cell phone will help you lie.
Yeah, it sure will.
That's
Yes.
crazy.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, no more than 5 lies a day. So as you go through your day today, I want you to count in your head, not out loud, in your head, how many lies will you tell in a day? Or do you tell in a day?
'Cause
I'm just curious.
Look here, I'm going to walk through the office talking about, dang, number 2.
Yeah, this lady broke it down. And then she said for prolific lies, 6 little lies and 3 big lies. And this is more with males, younger males,
Look, I was just about to ask you that.
and they are in, high up positions.
Yeah.
And, these individuals, they lied all day long.
Wow.
So this line is just, I'm like, oh my goodness.
You think about it, you lie all day. And I guess we do.
Yeah. Yeah. So to my audience, once you go through your day and you count how many lies you have told in the day, please leave it in the comments because I'm curious to know.
I want you to retract this with me. Let's revisit this because I want to know too. Because
Yeah.
this is crazy.
And I thought to myself, we were taught to lie. We was doomed from birth.
You know what? We were. Because let that phone ring and it's a bill collector. Your mama's going to say, tell him I ain't here.
Girl, I didn't even think about that one. I still do that now. Who is that? Well, now we got cell phones now,
Yeah,
but I'm just
yeah.
saying.
But
Yeah,
yeah.
back in the day, yeah.
Yeah, tell him I ain't here. Or somebody knock at the door.
Them Jehovah Witness, Lord, no disrespect. And you sitting there looking at them people and still won't open that door.
Why do they have to come at 7 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday? You know?
That's when Jehovah told them to move.
I guess so.
But yeah, you're right. We start with the bill collectors.
Mm-hmm.
Or even somebody that your parents didn't want to talk to. Tell them I ain't here. I don't want to talk to her.
We train our kids. You know, I like to get deep, and I might tell some of my personal experiences.
That's what this show is about. I was
Okay.
about to ask you, have you ever experienced something,
Really, actually, last night, my daughter, I picked her up from her father last night, and it's just amazing to me how this man lies. And now he's training my daughter to lie. You know, he's always been a womanizer. And she's like, Mom, cousin, and she does in air quotes, cousin so-and-so bought me this. I said, well, whose cousin is that? Mommy, you know, cousin, whenever daddy's around the other woman, we talk about the cousins. I said, baby, we're going to have a long conversation. It's not going to be tonight because this is going to be a long conversation. But I thought about that. I'm like, he was like this. This is the reason why we're not together. Now you're training my daughter to be the same way. And she's only 9.
Ooh.
And I don't want her to be that way, you know. But it's so common for him that he's making it normal for her.
Now that's something deep. You're gonna have to figure out a way to break that because she goes with her dad.
Yeah. And it's so she's very smart. Very smart. So she knows when, how to do all of this. And that's what's scary to me. I want to say that she's always been honest with me, but it's hard for me to determine that knowing that she's learning these traits, you know?
You just have to keep reinforcing with her. You always have to tell mommy the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I had to tell. Well, I used to tell my children and now tell my grandchildren. You have to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the truth. You have to deal with the consequences, whether
Right.
they're good or bad.
Good or bad. Because there's consequences to everything.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you're right. If she's learning that from her dad, then yeah, that's kind of scary too.
It's very scary.
Because as she get to be, 16, 15,
Yeah.
16.
The lies are going to be totally different.
Whew, baby, been there, done that. I had 2 daughters.
Oh.
I'm just going to pray for you, baby.
Well, I got a good 2-piece. So I don't mind swinging it.
Well, Confessions with Dickie G, we do not condone violence in any form. Says the lady, I'll punch somebody lights out, but okay. But so in your relationships, besides with your ex, how has this type of lying affected your relationships, like in some shape, form, or fashion?
For me, that baggage, I carry it because I'm always looking for the lie. You know what I mean? So it makes it very hard to trust what a person is saying to you, because you think back and you say, oh, here come that lie, because I've heard that before.
Mm-hmm. When you were speaking, the first thought that popped up in my head was trust but verify. And I hate to say, but that can be tiring.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is how I live my life. It's tiring.
It wears you down.
Because everything a person says to you,
Yeah,
you're dissecting it.
Yes, and you got to do fact check.
Yeah, trust but verify.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's tiring.
Yeah. It is.
And then sometimes I feel like with me, I'm not ready to receive, that this person is lying to me. I want to believe that they're telling the
'Cause
truth.
you want to believe it.
Yeah, so it hurts when I find out that they're
Wow.
lying to me. And then sometimes I may make the rational choice just to let it go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's toxic too. I shouldn't let it go. I need to confront it.
You know what? I'm glad you said that, because there are ways to deal with those kind of people.
Oh, yes. Let's hear those ways.
Okay. All right. So it's called coping with the liar. Okay. Confrontation is the first thing that you have to do. You have to confront them. You have to be firm with them, letting them know that, hey, that's a lie. And I know it is. But what you can expect from them is that they're going to be enraged or shocked that you're not believing them.
Mm-hmm.
So they get very agitated, angry with you. You're like, why are you so angry? Why are you so angry with? And I asked my husband this morning where something was. I know where it is. He don't think I know. But you can't pass nothing by me because I've been there already. He avoided the question altogether and what's the word? Deflected with anger. I let him get that out. And I went right back to my original question. Where is it? That's how you have to deal or cope with these type of liars. Continue. Don't allow them. Don't entertain the lie that they're telling. You have to continue to say, I know you're lying. And guess what? I'm not going to have this conversation with you until you're ready to tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And so what we do when we start entertaining is that we're trying to figure out, now why would they just lie about that? It was something so simple. It wasn't anything that I was just really going to get angry with or be happy with either way. I really just asked because I wanted to see what you were going to say. Because I already know. It doesn't matter to me. But why lie about it? Then you get angry. Because I'm not believing the lie.
Mm-hmm.
They avoid and everything. So back to what I was saying, you have to confront. You do not entertain the lie. And you may even go as far to suggest that they get some medical help. Did you know that there's ways that they treat lying?
And that's when they're really going to, blow a top.
Yes.
Because a lot of individuals, when you say something about going in for like some kind of mental
Counseling.
I don't need no therapy. I ain't crazy. It ain't that you're crazy. You just need a little help
You
going
need
forward.
some help to deal with. Because it goes deeper than you just telling a lie.
Exactly.
This is a deep-rooted thing. There's really something, I know there's something wrong with all of us. We are not perfect people. But for someone to lie continuously and there's no, nothing to gain from it. There's nothing for you to gain. A pathological liar gains nothing from the lie that they're telling. But I guess in a way it's a it pumps them up, gives them more self-esteem about themselves than what they should. So the narcissistic thing kicks in for them.
Yeah, that's true. I guess in a relationship, the liar gains a little bit, but eventually that spouse is going to wake up.
Yeah.
And I'll,
Or
like
that
you said,
friend.
or that friend or whoever that person is going to wake up and,
Yeah.
and confront that person about the lies. And then that's when it all goes down the toilet.
Yeah. Because they're going to avoid you then.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, it's hard when you're dealing with somebody like that and they're steady lying, it's hard to sit there and let them finish and then go back to what you originally said. Now
you
when
have
I
to stay
deal,
calm.
yes,
But
and that's
what
hard.
we don't do.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah. Let them get that lie out. Let them get it out. And then you say, now I know you're lying. But you have to be calm and firm with it. And that's hard to do, especially with the certain different relationships that you're dealing with.
Correct. That's true.
Because we deal with all different types of relationships. The relationship between spouse and spouse is different than the relationship between parent and child, sibling to sibling, parent to child to parent, adult children to parents. Every relationship is different. Your relationship with your mother-in-law may be different. Your relationship with your neighbor may be different. But in all of that, you have to still confront the person and be firm with them.
Now, I'm going to give you an example where that would be hard for me, and I know I'm not the only one. Let's say, hypothetically, your neighbor comes out and says, oh, I went to the store and I found this, particular item. It was on sale. I got about 20 of them, and I went over here and I did this and I did that. But this individual is not being truthful. For whatever reason. Do we sit there and just listen? Because that's me. I know this person lying to me.
Right.
I done seen you. You wasn't at no store. I know exactly where you were. You see what I'm saying? I know you're lying to me.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'm going to be that nice person and just sit there and let you finish and be like, oh, okay, well, maybe I'll try that. And now I'm lying too.
Yeah. Now they've made you become the pathological liar too.
I'm lying too because I don't want to hurt their feelings by letting them know that I know that they're lying.
Right. Right. So don't entertain it. You don't entertain it.
That's going to be a hard pill to swallow.
I know.
Now, if it's somebody that's trying to lie to, as the young folks say, finesse me or something, then I can confront that real quick.
Real quick.
But that elderly neighbor or that person that that you come in contact with, that's kind of hard. But I guess it got to be done.
Yeah. And that just put me back to the thing that I was telling you about my daughter. At what point will she confront her father? That's deep for me. Because the parent-child relationship, I could care less about child support, money, or anything like that, any material thing. Because I can give her all of that. Thank God that I can give her all of that. But I cannot give her her father. I can't give her the relationship, the experiences that she's going to have with him. I can't give her that. So what he's giving her is building her to not trust also.
That's true.
So I want to train her to not be that type of person, but to be able to confront him too. And how do you do that in a respectful type of way with that type of situation?
We're going to have to shout out to Dr. Phil or
okay.
somebody.
I need Oprah now.
Okay. I mean, that's deep. How do you... My youngest daughter and her dad, they were close. But I just kind of just stepped back. I would, give her, information about life and going forward with her father without badgering him in the process.
Right.
So I'm saying that to say, you sit down. If it was me, I would sit down and think about what it is I want her to know about her dad, or how to, intertwine with her dad.
Mm-hmm.
But you can do it in a way where you're not badgering him or making him look bad because he's choosing to live the life that he's living,
Right.
which is not going to be easy, but it could be done.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't want her not to you don't want her disrespecting her dad.
Right. Right. I don't want her disrespecting
Exactly.
him.
You just want her to know.
Right. And be aware.
Mm-hmm.
Be aware. She knows what a lie is, because I've taught her what a lie is. And then she's experienced enough of him to know when he's lying. So, but it's kind of like, I don't want to joke it off, laugh it off like it's insignificant. I don't want to make it a big issue, because I still want her to have some type of relationship with him, But I also want her to be able to identify these type of people in her life and know how to deal with them, as she's growing up. Because she's only 9. She has so many years to go, before she just really figures it out in life.
Well, you can just break down what you just told us about how to cope with a liar. But you just can use, maybe her friends, or, and kind of incorporate the dad in the process. You're still teaching her how to deal with a liar, but you're not insinuating that it's her dad either. You're just saying a liar, period.
Gotcha. Yeah. That's deep.
Light bulb just went off.
And flashed. A disco ball.
I mean, because, the coping skills that you just read can be used at any age.
Yeah, that's true.
So why not start our children out young?
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of us, we didn't get that opportunity.
We didn't.
A lot of things that I speak about on this podcast are things that I had to learn the hard way. So my goal is to put information out there for you individuals, so a lot of us can, teach our children, and kind of break those cycles that we get into. Because just as Nikki was saying, that it's in some of our DNAs.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you can't change it.
That you can't change it.
You can't change it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So for you ladies or gentlemen out there, with the maybe you're raising your daughter or your son, you can use those coping skills with your kids as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is really just blown my mind when you give these statistics on how many lies you tell during the day.
Yeah, I had to pause the video and think about that.
Yeah.
I had to think about that. I'm like, you know what? They right.
Yeah.
Somebody say, "Good morning, Nikki. How you doing?" "Girl, I'm good." And really, I'm tired. My head hurt. My feet. I don't want to be in this job.
And I really don't want to be talking to you right now, because I'm not a morning person. It's not a good morning.
But it's good.
Yeah.
I'm great.
What about those? Oh boy. Ooh, don't do that. What about those religious people
What about them? Break it down for us.
that lie?
Give us an example.
Okay. So you've created this image of yourself as a God-fearing Christian, holier than thou.
Mm-hmm.
And, we'll use the office. You walk in. I see him all day long. "Hey, how you doing?" "Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored." You're blessed. But you may not necessarily be highly favored, because you may have just smoked some crack before you came up in here. You cannot.
Okay, I'm finna joke with you. They high. And they feeling favored. No, let me stop. Lord forgive us. No, but I understand what you're saying.
So these people live these secret lives, and they have convinced themselves of the lie, because that's what the pathological liar does. They convince themselves that they're telling the truth.
Ooh, when you said that, I thought about this show. What was I watching? I don't know. I don't know what show. Oh, it was that Ayana show. I might be saying the name wrong. Anyway, it was a pastor. He was married to this lady, and he had the persona that they were like this happily married couple. But at night, he was going around sleeping with men.
Oh.
That messed me up.
Oh.
But you get in front of the church, and you preach about this, and you preach about that.
Yeah.
But then this is what you're doing to your wife.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You know, that's deep.
That's very deep. Very deep.
You to me, you were just using her to give the facade. You know, the husband, the wife, they had kids and everything.
Because you don't know who you are.
Hmm.
So now you making this woman question who she is.
Yeah.
Because when she finds out about this, because, you know, I'm sure she found out about it after
Yeah,
the show.
yeah.
But just daily, you know, and this may be happening to some of the listeners, some of your subscribers.
Yes.
You know, you're going on with your life thinking that you're the perfect wife, perfect girlfriend, and your significant other is going around doing all these things behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it hits you, it hits your self-esteem. Because you're like, I've been so good to you. Why would you lie? Why would you not just be honest with me and say, this is me. This is what I like. This is what I want. So either you can deal with it or not.
And that is my attitude too. I'm just me. You know, if you find me quiet, then you know I'm watching you.
You know, we're both Aquarius, so I know that quiet.
So, but I mean, I don't know why people just can't be honest with people. I don't know. We just doomed. Like the lady said, heck, we done told 5 or 6 lies in a day.
And you know what?
Every day.
Those are maintenance lies.
What do you mean? Okay, now we got a new group of lies, and now we got the maintenance lies.
Those are maintenance lies because you have to maintain that in order to keep that facade up, to keep that image of you that you've created.
Yeah.
Those are maintenance lies. You know, every day. That's if you learn something new every day.
That's true.
And my mind is just blown right now.
Yeah. So today we talked about liars, cheaters. Made me think of that blues song, "You low down, dirty cheating."
So, do you think that you have to be a liar to cheat?
Well, yeah, you lying to your mate. I'm pretty sure when you go meet that person, you don't be like, "Hey, I'm going over here to meet such and such. I'll be back." You be like, "What? Of course they gonna lie."
What if you tell it after the fact? Are you really lying?
What do you mean?
Well, okay, so in the moment, because there are people, we're gonna go left with this.
Okay.
They cheat for various of reasons. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it may be because they're just not being honest. It's always because you're not being honest. But so men are more physical, they say. Men are more physical and women are more emotional. So the reasons that we cheat are for those different reasons. So a woman may be missing that conversation from a man. And so that's how it starts with the woman cheating. Because this man is giving her what she is missing at home. Right?
Okay, so that was my last podcast.
Oh, girl, let me go into that.
Entanglements reveal. I talked about why people cheat. And the primary reason was they were dissatisfied
Yes.
with something in their marriage, or in their relationship, either emotional or sexually. And my response to that is, why can't you just communicate what you're not happy about versus you going to the streets?
Right.
Why can't you give that person the opportunity to fix it before you go to somebody else?
I don't think everybody can control that. Let me say this. Let me say it. So, a man who may not necessarily be able to please the woman that he has landed himself with.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Okay, now let me stop playing. Go ahead.
May find himself cheating because that low self-esteem. Right?
Well, if a man can't satisfy his woman, then it would seem like the woman would be out there because she needs to be satisfied.
It would seem that way. But a lot of times the man is the one who's cheating because he's trying to build this self-esteem up. That if he goes out and he conquers as many women as he possibly can, he's building that up. So I may not be able to please this one right here, but look how many other ones that I pleased.
And see, that's a toxic trait I read about too. Girl, we got to get together. Toxic masculinity is how society has deemed the male role to cater to what society deems makes you a man. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the traits. Mm-hmm. A man that can sleep with multiple women, or a man that's supposed to have this stamina, like he can talk to this one, that makes you a real man by their standards.
By their standards, right.
But in reality, in my opinion, it makes you an idiot. Because why would you want to sleep with that many different people? It's too much disease. It's too much going on in the world to even want to do that.
And too many crazy people.
That and the fact that I used to tell people, you don't have to do all that, because I used to sell adult novelties. If you just want to do
yes.
I got something for you to do.
Thank you. I have a couple of your products.
But I don't know. It's life is just like complicated. There's so much stuff out there that I felt like we have endured as women dealing with men. You know, we just didn't understand at the time, but you know, it's reasons behind that. Mm-hmm. But that cheating thing that you said, like men feel like they can just go out here and sleep with this one, that's a low self-esteem, insecurities, all entangled in one. And that's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. I don't know why some men like that.
There's some women that are like that too.
Oh yeah.
That's a dangerous woman.
Yeah, really is.
It's very dangerous. Because we as women, we don't really tap into knowing the power that we have. And I don't necessarily mean it as like power, I'm going to conquer you or what have you. But a woman can make a lot of things move.
That's true. That is true.
Truly. Why you think, and you know, from what I read in the Bible, why do you think God chose the woman to be the one to break the covenant?
You tell us.
Because God knew that the woman was the strongest and would be able to do just what Eve did. Lead Adam into anything, whether it be good or bad. You know? So we have to, as women, realize the type of power that we can have over men. And not like just these games that you play. That's not what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You can build this man to be so great, or you can bring him down so low to where he's that person that sees nothing.
Well, you know, and I'm going to have to end at this note. I believe you can get with your mate and you two, if you meet up with the right person, you can get with your mate as a woman, and you could be that help me to your husband. That help me. You know, God gave us roles.
Yes. For a reason. So there wouldn't be chaos.
Exactly. So with that being said, I understand the power that God has given us women. Mm-hmm. But back to building. I don't believe a woman can build a man or vice versa. That person got to want things on their own. We can only add to it, But like my friends say, we're not being Bob the Builder. Oh, that man there. I thought I forgot his name. We're not playing Bob the Builder this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
We can't build nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got to be happy too. We get so busy as women trying to build what we think we see in a person when that person don't even see it in themselves. Just like that person told me they see nothing in the mirror. I'm on the side of that person seeing a good person. But if they don't see it,
Right.
what am I building on? Dirt?
You're right.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to stack dirt.
Yeah. On what? Because there's no foundation there.
Bingo.
Yeah.
So with that being said, thanks for coming.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
I enjoyed this conversation.
We always, when we get together,
Yes.
we have
do.
some really deep conversations.
Yes. Yes, we do. And she will be joining us at least once a month. And we will have different topics that we'll talk about. But going forward with today, we talked about liars, why people lie, pathological liars. We've told you how to cope with them going forward. I don't know if you are watching me or listening to me. I am located on YouTube. I am on all the podcast arenas from Google, Apple, and Spotify. Please like, share, and subscribe. I will say this, if this information doesn't help you, I'm pretty sure you know someone that it will. So why not share this information with them?
Yeah.
Because like I always say, sharing is caring.
Yes, ma'am.
That would end this podcast with this one quote. I'll talk to you next week.
All right, girl.